Hey guys, Zero here. Just got another quick unboxing here. I wanted to show you guys. Recently, I picked up a book from Amazon called Frostgrave. It's a miniature skirmish game based in a like a wintry ruined city, and really cool idea. I'm fortunate enough to have a ton of miniatures from my history, like Dungeons and Dragons, and other RPGs and miniature wargaming and tabletop wargaming stuff like that. And I have a bunch of scenery too. So fortunately, the game lends itself to that. It's a great concept game, but if you don't have that type of stuff, you're going to be doing a lot of spending. Although the rule book is very affordable, so are the supplements. They're very cheap, but that's not where you're going to spend your money. You're going to spend your money on miniatures and scenery, tables, all that stuff. So I haven't played the game yet. I'm actually setting up some time with a couple friends to try the game out, because it seems like a really cool game. But I picked up some scenery because I wanted some stuff that I could just throw on the table and throw in a box and not have to worry about ruining it or getting it damaged, or because when you make your own scenery, you have to store it, and you have to be very careful, especially if it's like styrofoam or foam core, cardboard, and this kind of game lends itself to like ruins, so you're going to be using like a lot of corners and things like that, and maybe some multi-layers with wood flooring and stuff like that. And I can do that. I really don't feel like building more scenery for this, especially if we try it and realize, okay, we don't really like it. The stuff I'm picking up, I can actually use in our Age of Sigmar, Warhammer Fantasy tables, things like that. So, and even in 40K, it can be used for all that stuff. So, like I said, I got this piece. It's another 3D printed scenery kit I got off of eBay for like 17 bucks. Shipped. It's two parts. There's a base, and then there's just the part that sits on top. It's basically a ruined home, like a ruined stone building, and it's got a little stairwell that leads up to the doorway, and then there's a stairwell that leads up from there to just some rubble and stuff, but you could probably add like a ladder and stuff like that. It seemed pretty cool. Looked cool in the picture, obviously, after being painted and stuff like that. I'll bring it closer to the camera so you guys can see it better. These usually, I have other 3D printed stuff, and this usually lends itself to being painted. Once being painted, they wind up looking at least a bit better. Now, I got my issues with 3D scenery or 3D printed stuff. Depending on the printer they used, the quality of the print. This has a lot of flash on it, like a lot of it. Almost like a little much. Look at that long hair of plastic. And there's a base. It's real simple. It's got stones, a little stairwell, a little subfloor grate. And then here's the upper half. Here's where the stairs meet. So it's not bad. It's got some cool little cover, and if you're using 25 mil or 28 mil minis, it should be just fine. And again, it's for Frostgrave primarily. If we have to use it for fantasy or 40K, we can. I do like the texturing on the floor. Can you see that there? The camera's not really doing it. The light's not really doing it justice. I apologize. But it is pretty good looking. With the other scenery that I purchased, there seemed to be a lot of like print lining, where you could see the printer, where it laid down the plastic. This doesn't seem to have it too much. So that's kind of cool. And I really like the deep grooves in the walls and stuff. because that's going to lend itself really well to dry brushing, which is what I want to do. I want to primer it, its base color, you know, so like a dark gray, and then you know, dry brush up a couple layers, maybe wash it with an ink, and then dry brush it again, and then that's it. You know, nothing too fancy, nothing too serious, you know, not too involved. You know, I like scenery. I love terrain, you know, especially this type of stuff. It's pre-made. You just throw it down. It's done. You know, your game. You're in your game. You know, but I don't like it when the scenery is so elaborate and so colorful and so detailed that it takes away from, it detracts from the game and the miniatures that you're using on the table. Especially from like a photography standpoint or video. You know, when you're making a video or something and you're scrolling past all your stuff and you can barely see the figures because the scenery is just like fabulous, you know. But yeah, that is a piece of scene. I can't remember the name of the company. GameScenery.com. Yeah, so I'm sure it's some dude, you know, printing stuff away in his house, which is cool. I don't have the space for a 3D printer, but if I did, you could guarantee I'd have one, and I'd be doing the same shit. So good on you, bro. I appreciate you getting that work done and letting me buy it from you. But it's pretty cool. Hopefully I can do another scenery showcase, you know, after I primer it and get it painted, and you guys can see what that's like, and maybe even some battle reports for Frostgrave, hopefully. All right, guys, thanks for watching.